Hello, friends. So let's understand what is happening in Davos currently, which is in Switzerland. Uh, so, World Economic Forum is hosting its annual meeting there with all the uh, government leaders and all the business leaders discussing about uh, the trade and negotiations and how better to move ahead in terms of the global economy. And this particular Davos is very important in the context of the current global economic slowdown. And from the Indian perspective as well, when the global comments are, for example, Geeta Gopinath recently, the IMF chief recently downgraded in a way the Indian economic growth projection to 4.8% from the previous 6.1% growth projection. Now, in this context, we understand that there is a slowdown going, and on top of that, we have the context of US China trade war, we have the context of India not joining the RCEP. All of these measures are hinting towards protectionism. All the economies, global economy, US, Europe, India, China, and all of these, they are all heading towards protecting their domestic economy and not allowing the external products to come in easily. Now, this is being controlled with tariff barriers the classic way, as well as the non tariff barriers at times. Now, these global economic forums were largely in favor of reducing the tariff barriers and making the economy more open so that the global value chains run more efficiently from the economic perspective, so that the most productive nation in that particular, so the products are more made in the most productive manner and contribute in the best way to the global value chains. However, this Davos, it was more a reflection of breaking those value chains and shifting to own homegrown manufacturing and homegrown completion of those uh, the value chains and breaking the external links as much as possible with higher tariff, with non-tariff barriers. So in a way, managing the global value chain, managing the trades. And this managing is just a euphoric way of saying protecting one's own economy. Now we have all seen the issue of twin deficit in India, which is the current account deficit and the fiscal deficit. So current account deficit is mainly what is of concern here, because when we have a lot of import which crosses beyond the export, then our economy is in a way in deficit with the entire world. So economies try to protect and create their own wealth and expand their export and reduce their import so that they are in current account, their current account is in surplus. So that is something which is bothering United States with reference to China. That is something which is bothering India with reference to China. That is bothering all the states in one or the other way. And even the European nations outside Germany are bothered with these current account deficits. So there's a direction of protectionism where all economies want to stop the easy imports and create their own products, learn to make products and export more. So that orientation uh, is a completely shift from what was before of an open economy and global value chain. And this shift is will further the high chance of bringing the uh, of making the global disintegration in terms of economy and bringing the economy's global economy growth rate further down. So that is something of concern. And now the leaders have to decide how they want to grow as a globe or as an individual in a protected way. So all these negotiations and all these understandings becomes very important from this perspective, that where we are heading, we need to be very strategic in terms of protecting our economy as well as opening it in manners so that that serves the interest of the country in the best way. And that is what I think biggest challenge all the economies across the world are facing.